there's three things I want to say. So first of all, Abide With Me in the stadium is like it's a thing that it's really powerful for me. It reminds me of my first trips to the kind of cup final in the early 90s, and that kind of thing it's tied up with Wembley. And I know we took it on tour where we needed to, but that game is a Wembley game, and it should always be so in my opinion. And if we need to do a better job of making it a marquee event in terms of the way that we market it to community clubs or deals that we do with whoever to get more than 50,000 people in there, then that's what we need to do. The second thing, so this is my first final since the last time Catalan were there. So I went down in 2007. Years. So yes, I hadn't been up to then for varying reasons. But yeah, I noticed the massive, the first time around 2007, there was obviously a lot of neutrals because it was the first game back at Wembley since it had been redeveloped. And you saw a lot of people who were clearly supporting Catalan, but, I would say in a jokey way. So the stripy vests, the berets, the onions, etc., etc. Yeah. You got that side of it. Which is a bit of it's like whippets and flat caps, isn't it? Type. It's that kind of thing. But this time I saw a lot more genuine Catalan fans than I saw that kind of 11 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I thought they represented themselves incredibly well, and I have a lot. I put a lot of credit in every kind of Catalan fan who made the effort to make that journey, because as expensive as it is from us for the north of England, it's obviously a lot more of a commitment to make it there from France. So yeah, we in terms of any kind of feedback about attendance, it's got nothing to do with Catalan as far as I'm concerned. It's our kind of job to sell it to the neutrals as much as it is to each team, because you can never be certain about who's going to make it.
I bought my tickets on the Bird last year, so my tickets were in the mid £30 region.
Yeah, and obviously I got my dream ticket thing, which was £99 for 2 days at Magic, Grand Final and Challenge Cup Final.
So I think my tickets were for that as well if you average it out.
My tickets were 33 in the figure on the front of them. Obviously they were doing deals on this one just because of the nature of it, but you can get your tickets through the Scholars in terms of with their Friday Night Light thing. You can get your ticket through that fairly close to the day. There are ways and means that we need to market the hell out of it.
So I spent I spent 30-ish on the ticket, half a tank of diesel to get there and back, so that's about another 35 quid, 30 quid, something like that. Then probably spent about 25 quid in total on food and drink throughout the whole day. So you kind of look, and the train in was about another 10 or 12 quid, something like that. So probably looking at about, my total spend for the day was probably just over £100, I'd say.
Yeah, I think mine was
about £100. Yeah. Which, if you plan it out and spread out your costs, and like you'll have done, booked your train tickets as soon as you could do those, and buy your tickets earlier on, so then you're not making a big £100 expense within the same month. You can plan it out, and you can be a part of that occasion. I don't think I would have wanted to have missed this occasion. It's the third time out of the last 4 years that I've been at the Challenge Cup final, and I'd say this was probably the most positive experience of them all. Last year was great up until kickoff. Obviously. Yeah, and obviously the 2015 final wasn't a big spectacle, even though there was some history made with the 5 tries and that sort of thing. But the history of this occasion as well, I wouldn't have wanted to have missed it at all. I'm delighted that I went, and I think it's within reach for all rugby league fans from up north to try and get it around it if you really, if you can, and back the event as a neutral and make sure it stays at our national stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to stay at Wembley. I think moving it away from there would be a massive backward step. And the last thing I was going to say is, if you don't go down to London, and you're not wandering through on the way from. So where was I going? I was wandering from Oxford Street from Leicester Square to Oxford Street, and I saw Martin Kemp of Spandau Ballet going the other way on the road. So if I hadn't been in London, I wouldn't have seen Martin Kemp. So there you go. What more could you want?
I think that's the perfect place to leave it off. I want to thank you, Alan, for joining me for this, the 196th episode of Super League Pod. I certainly would say it is a gold episode. And
there you go.
And we will see you all next time on your favourite rugby league podcast, the Super League Pod.
Cheers, guys.
Occupy my mind, my mind.